to be $148 billion in 2011. $148 billion. Now let's look at one instance of corporate welfare. The bailout of AIG, which in fact was a bailout of Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, and dozens of European banks. You know what that totaled? $182 billion. Put things in perspective, doesn't it? Corporate welfare is a huge issue, but it's deceitful. Even our businesses, our biggest businesses, are at the ruler's feast, and they don't realize that these are deceitful handouts. Let's take another example. GE, the largest corporation in America, didn't pay any federal income taxes last year, and actually got a $3+ billion rebate. That's corporate welfare. That's corporate welfare, folks. And we need to be thinking about that as we think about the inner city poor and the teachers' unions in Wisconsin. They're all sinking the country, all of these handouts, and they're all deceitful. They're all deceitful. So let's think about this. Someone might say, well, what GE did was all legal. Correct. But I think GE has some lobbyists working in Washington, D.C. who helped write the laws. What do you think? So it was all legal. And then you say, but we need this corporate welfare. What would we do without it? Without the bailouts of Wall Street and the bailout of GE, the handouts to GE, what could we do? Folks, just think about that for a moment. Think about what that's telling you. It says that you and I cannot make it on our own without these corporations, without these big banks being bailed out. You and I don't have what it takes. The hands, the arms, all of the will here, all of the ideas and the minds. We couldn't do it on our own. We need these businesses. Do you think that sounds American? That doesn't sound American, does it? American is ingenuity, right? Working hard, only taking what you worked for. That's American. Collaborating with your neighbor, right? That's American. That's what made this country great. Not handouts to corporations, not financial monopolies. That's not what made this country great. And so what happens? The freedom is lost. Freedom is lost when businesses are taking handouts. Now government dictates what the businesses do. Do you see that? Control is given over to the government. This is what happens. These are deceitful delicacies. And I just like to conclude thinking about freedom because I really like what was just said about economics affecting freedom. It's the truth, folks. This isn't just about taxes. It's about freedom. Whether you and I will be free citizens or slaves. That's really what it's about. Because when we take these deceitful delicacies, we give control to the government. We give control to micromanage our lives. I'm not advocating for rigid individualism that says I can do it on my own. Of course not. What I'm advocating for is that we turn away from Caesar and towards the one in the mirror, and then towards the one that made us, our Creator, our God. We turn to Him, and it's in Him we trust. It's in Him we trust. And guess what, folks? God does not have to tax us to give to us. So we turn to Him and we trust in Him and we work hard and we don't take what we did not work for and what we don't truly need. Because when we do, we need to remember the wisdom of this proverb. They're costly. You give control over to the government and they make us lazy and unproductive. And that's not American. Folks, heed this proverb. Work hard and pray harder and perhaps God will bless us again.